All right, let's move on to the next story. I'm going to show you two clips back to back. I'm going to explain in between why I'm doing two clips back to back, because this is something that we have discussed on this show many times. And I just want to put a finer point to it. I don't want to say fine point as if we're never going to speak about it again. A finer point on this weekend. And we'll probably talk about it again next weekend. So CNN did a open forum with a bunch of um women who are undecided. Some of these women even voted for Trump last year. So let's take a look at what was said. I cut it short because after a certain amount of time, they started repeating themselves or trying to be comedians. So I was like, okay, we get it. So let's go ahead and see what they have said about Trump and his trial and everything that's going on with that.
The catch and kill that's the issue. It's the cover up that's the worst part. You know, it's the devil's in the cover up.
Well, let's put it this way.
The accountant in me said, the numbers don't add up. Okay? The math is not mathing. Okay?
He completely sees himself as Teflon. Like he does, nothing sticks to him. And I'm really nervous that he's starting to look like he's right.
One of these is going to have to take him down. I just can't see how you slither out of 90 plus charges.
How many of you believe that Trump should be on trial for this? Raise your hand. All of you.
There is not only smoke, there is fire.
How many times can you say it's a witch hunt? I'm personally tired of hearing it.
So if he's misappropriating campaign funds or, election funds, then yeah, he needs to be prosecuted.
If we have one person who is above the law, then what is the purpose of the law? Your accountant wrote it down,
Right.
recorded it. You got witnesses who said you did it.
It's not about who he's paying
Yeah.
and what he's paying for.
That's the inequality even in this story because the porn star,
Right.
Yeah.
We're characterizing and castigating the women.
Right.
They were doing a job.
So prosecutors say that Trump has violated his gag order, attacking prosecutors, witnesses, jurors. Does any of this surprise you?
This person has something more powerful than money. He has an audience. He has a rabid audience that is very willing to do whatever they want. So then, does even $1,000 per violation or, going to jail for any period of time, is that enough given his influence?
He's going to have to go to solitary because Secret Service cannot
Protect
protect him in general population.
I don't care. Put him under the jail. Put him in solitary. We do not shriek from putting other inmates in solitary confinement.
Right.
That's what
Put
you'd have to
him
do.
there and shut up. He
Yeah.
can talk to the walls. He can talk to the rats. I don't care.
When it comes to your president, do ethics matter?
Yes.
Yes.
The leadership of the free world? Yeah, ethics matter. Of course they matter.
He doesn't care about his
He doesn't
family.
care at
He doesn't care about anyone except himself.
Some of those stories might have deterred some of that electorate from actually voting for him, especially for the far right side of the Republican Party.
None of Trump's family has been in court with him to show
weird.
support, including his wife, Melania.
I think she did her duty when she served 4 years. And that was her serving 4 years.
Yeah.
She did not sign up to serve no trial.
Yes.
So
Now, the second video I just found offhand, but I wanted to add to it for this reason. We have said on many of occasions on this show, people will see that and determine that is great news. That's a shot for Biden. That's a look at what's going on, and Trump is this, and it's bad news for everybody else and everything else. I just happened to come across this, and I got the idea from him. From the damage report, John Olarola, I couldn't pick up the lady who's speaking next name, so I apologize for that. But and I need to shut up because my light just went off. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. I want you to listen to the question. I want you to listen to the statement afterwards to put exactly what we have been said on this show for the last 4 years.
So I want to talk to you. I'm interested. When you talk to people, do you feel like the sorts of things you heard those women talking about are the way a lot of people are thinking about this, or do you think maybe it wasn't super representative? What do you make of what you just saw?
No, I don't think that's super representative of most people. I think that a lot of people who support Donald Trump support him in the dark, even if they won't speak about it publicly. And I know because I interact with audiences every day as a stand-up comedian, and politics always comes up now. I don't think people will publicly agree or say that they support him publicly, but I do think that a lot of people support him in the dark, because misogyny is not a deal breaker, racism is not a deal breaker, anti-immigrant sentiment is not a deal breaker. A lot of people who are innately battling with racism and anti-Blackness and anti-immigrant, they support him because he speaks what they feel and I feel afraid to say out loud. And even though when you see these panels that of these handpicked people that a network found or whatever to say the things that they want to support, I guarantee you if Fox did this with women that are the other way, they would have they could find 5-star panelists that will say all the things that that side wants to say. I think that we get down to the nitty gritty and we get down to what's really happening in this country is that the chickens are coming home to roost. All of the bigotry that this country was founded on, all of the misogyny that this country has been founded on, all of that stuff has bubbled now to the top where people are no longer concealing it, because we've been pretending that it's been going away because Black people are no longer 3/5 of a human being, or we have a legal immigration process. But the reality of it is that all of this bigotry is still alive. And it is so important to some of these people that they are willing to vote in the favor of somebody. Of course, even if it means no health care, no good schools, no proper police, they will negotiate it all away because that bigotry that lives in them justifies their miserable existence instead of it being the reality of the circumstances of this country.
You need her name? Her name is Ida Rodriguez.
Thank you. And that was well put.
So with what she said, a lot of the things she said was exactly what I was thinking when we watched the clip with the ladies talking. Because I watch a lot of like the Bulwark podcast series, and there's a lady on there who does a lot of right wing panels, and so she's right. I mean, it's all about who you decide to sit down and have talk. You know what I'm saying? That you got 5-10 people. They're all kind of picked to make sure it carries a story that the network wants carried for that moment. But I think still, even within all of that, and this is a huge discussion. So nothing she said I would say is wrong. I'm just saying no matter what we do, the discussion is going to be incomplete.